Peace, family. Give me just a moment here. We're still setting up. So, anybody in the sky, bear with me. This is the light storm. Hey, in the
Hey.
building. Don't forget to smash that like as you enter the building. This is, of course, Women Empowerment Wednesdays. Every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. Give me just a moment because I want to go ahead and get us in the vibe. So bear with me. I was not ready, people. You can go ahead and introduce yourself, BB Nice.
Hey, Light Storm. Everybody, it's BB Nice in the building.
And all day, every day, QI Critical Thinking in the building. And let's go ahead and get our vibe right, people. Just give me a moment. We're going to get this vibe going real quick. And if you're in the building, don't forget to smash that like and share and subscribe. Here we go. 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 Here we go.
Eu desci, vou até o chão. Eu desci, vou até o chão. Eu desci, vou até o chão. Até o chão, até o chão. Desci, vou até o chão. Desci, vou até o chão. Eu desci, vou até o chão. Até o chão, até o chão.
Whoopsie. I didn't mean to end it like that, but it
It'll
happened.
still be in my head. That groove is just nice.
I know. I love it. I love it. That's Brazilian, Afro Brazilian music. Not really Afro. It's black Brazilian music. But let's go ahead and speak to the chat real quick. Once again, like Storm is in the building. Hello. And one of the best moderators, the real Queen Royalty lives in the building. Hello. Make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. She does have content. Oh, there's my girl. Heels, lipsticks, and guns. Boss lady. All right. In the building.
Hey.
Angela White is in the building. Hello. Well, of course, y'all know this is Women Empowerment Wednesdays, where we set out to empower women with information, with empowerment, encouragement, and news that you could use, like things that are going on in the community. Also, we aim to educate on certain topics. So today's topic, I'm going to start off with BB. BB has a topic that she wants to bring to the table. So go ahead, BB. The floor is yours.
Okay, so tonight I wanted to talk about toxins in the bodies of women's, men, anything, but we really want to, this is for empowerment for women, so we can actually use this. So let me just give you the definition of what toxin is. It's an antigenic poison or venom of a plant or animal origin, especially one produced by or derived from microorganisms, and causes disease when present at low concentration in the body. So, I went a little further. I wanted to know signs that your body could be toxic, and I got a big list. So, it's like a good 20. So I'm gonna read them off to you guys. Low or no energy, bloating or gas, constant sugar cravings, migraines or headaches, caffeine addiction, difficulty concentrating, mood swings, anxiety, restless sleep, fluid retention, bad breath, smelly stool, constipation or diarrhea, pain, muscle joint aches and pains, rash, acne, eczema, sensitivity to scents, body odor, excessive mucus coming from your eyes, nose, and mouth, hormone imbalance, thick white coatings of the tongue. Now, what I also did was, if I'm going to give you the problem, I like to try to give you a solution. And so these are ways that you can help fight toxins. The first one they say is to limit alcohol. Too much alcohol reduces your liver's ability to carry out normal functions, such as detoxifying. 2, focus on sleep. Sleep allows your brain to recognize and recharge itself, as well as remove toxic waste byproducts that have accumulated throughout the day. Drink more water. Water does so much to quench your thirst. It regulates your body's temperature, lubricates joints, aids digestion, and nutrient absorption. I'm sorry. And detoxifies your body by removing waste products. Reduce sugar intake and processed foods. For example, high consumption of sugary beverages can cause fatty liver, a condition that negatively impacts the liver function. By consuming less junk food, you can keep your body's detoxification system healthy. Eat antioxidants. That's rich foods, such as berries, fruits, nuts, cocoa, vegetables, spices, beverages like coffee. And when they say coffee, even though it has a lot of caffeine, but what we do is, when we start doing light and sweet, we start adding things to it, we kind of take down what the coffee is supposed to do for our bodies. So they really try to promote you to do less cream, less sugars in your coffees.
Right. It's a diuretic.
Right. Green tea as well is a high amount of, give you a high amount of antioxidants. Sorry, guys. Eat foods high in prebiotics, such as artichokes, bananas, asparagus, onions, garlics, oats, things of that matter. Decrease your salt intake. So your body, containing too much salt can cause your body to retain excess fluid. So, and it affects your kidneys and your liver. And the buildup can cause bloating and make your clothes uncomfortable. So if you find yourself consuming too much salt, you can detox yourself of the extra water weight. Get active. It's saying they recommend you do at least 150 to 300 minutes a week of moderate intense exercise. Really what that's saying is an hour and a half a day of exercise. And that can be anything. It could be light jogging, walking, walking fast, or going to the gym, joining the gym. These are things that we need to do because we're getting older, and as we're getting older, we're less active. So you have to try to push yourself for your health, period. And number 9 was to eat sulfur containing foods such as onions, broccoli, garlic, flavored dishes with cilantro. Switch to natural cleaning products, over the commercial brand like vinegar, baking soda, natural deodorants, makeups, natural shampoos, and things of that nature. Um, the other thing, I think that was it. Heavy detox diets aren't really needed because literally your body has what it needs to actually to highly it detoxifies itself if you just do these basic small things. And I just promote us all to try to live more healthy. As you see, we're dying younger and younger from things that normally back in the day you didn't get until you were older, like diabetes and heart attacks and strokes. And we're now seeing this in people that's late 40s, 50s, and it's because we're not eating right. We're doing a lot of fast food, and it seems like it costs more to stay alive and it's less to die. It really costs you nothing to die. So you have to be very aware of that. And that was really it. I thought it was interesting. I actually do a lot of detoxing myself. I don't drink as much anymore. I rarely drink. I don't smoke. I drink nothing but water. I still have a little problem with the junk food, but it's at a minimum because I did join the gym and I am working out. So I feel like if I'm putting my money into this, I need to get something out of it. Like I just can't, be giving money to just still gain weight and still live unhealthy. So, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It was interesting to me. Actually, this list, I have a lot of this going on with my own self. So when I said when they said, your body could be toxic, I'm like, wow, because it's a lot of things that I'm doing that, I don't even realize that it's really toxic to my body. So I just really wanted to share that with you guys.
Great topic. And that, like really technically that is my diet pretty much. I'm just gonna elaborate. I lost a lot of weight and pretty much I wasn't even trying to lose weight. I was just trying to be healthy because I lost a lot of people in my family due to cancers, especially colon cancer. So one of the things that I did was, first of all, I cut back on my meat consumption. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
eat red meats at all. Like because red
Mm-hmm.
meats take a long time to digest. Shout
Yes.
out to Drunk Again, Meek in the building, Angela White,
Yes. Hey, drunk again, meet
Shorty,
Shorty C.
girl
Who
down
else
the
came
street.
in? Jacqueline.
Girl down the street had an engagement today, so like she won't be joining us tonight. She just gave us some support in the chat, but she'll be here next Wednesday. So I just want to let y'all know that we're missing one of our beloved panel members.
Hey, girl down the street.
Um, but yes, like putting a little lemon in your water, it adds alkaline as well as the lemon helps cleanse you and it's like an antioxidant. Like it was one of the foods, like with the onions and the garlic and all
Yes.
that cleanses you. So putting a dash of natural regular lemon, you can get that real lemon bottle of real lemon, and putting a dash
Mm-hmm.
of it in your water every day will keep you clean and help you lose weight because it's going to
Right.
on all that stuff. You're going to have regular bowel movements because you need bowel movements.
That's the thing. You need to release those bowels. You should really be releasing your bowels at least 2 to 3 times daily, to
Right.
be quite honest.
As much as
And
you eat.
yes,
Yeah, as much as you eat. Like for
right.
if you're not eating that, because I cut my portions as well. Like I eat smaller portions of food because you can shrink your stomach because we eat out of greed but we
Mm-hmm.
have to eat for nutrition. Okay, eat to live, and so eating to live, you don't need that much. You just need to look at getting all your nutrients. And like even the foods that we eat, even if you were on like an organic diet, there's no way you can get all your vitamins. So sometimes
Mm-hmm.
supplements, like I add supplements. I do a green mix. I put a little green mix in my water. Um,
Mm-hmm.
well, this probably out the order, but I do. I have a. I also do. What's that? Collagen. I take collagen. I think that's collagen. I take here's an example, and these are natural, vegan. These are
Okay.
and this
And
is
I'm bad at taking pills. Like I I should, because it has all the nutrition and the vitamins that I need every day, but I forget, and I just I'm not good at doing that. So I just And honestly, I do take a lot of things from my grandmother. My grandmother passed when she was 92. She never went to the doctor. She had no health problems. The only thing my grandmother had was arthritis. And but she was from the South and she cooked everything from scratch. So I was raised on a good diet and everything. And I watched her. She ate a little bit of everything.
Right.
She didn't, but it was in moderation. She ate a little bit of everything. And I always feel like, well, shit, excuse me. That's another thing I want to do tonight, guys. I am trying to go through this live, which I already messed up without saying one curse word. I'm terrible at it, but I'm trying. But
All
I
right.
already messed up, but I'm gonna try again.
Okay. It's
But
okay. We'll let you have that one. That one's on top, okay? But look, you're right. Let me tell you why. Okay. Now we're indigenous. Okay. So our natural diets consisted of the earth. Most of this stuff we're talking about, our ancestors, this was every day. This was natural. Like if you had a stomach ache, you didn't go to the doctor. They knew what to give you naturally. Okay. So just like here it says, I like taking moringa tablets. Yes, moringa is great. I haven't added that to my regimen yet, but that's on my list because I'm gonna get that green supplement that includes that. I saw a video with it, but the one that I have doesn't. But switching, don't eat regular lettuce, eat kale because kale has the most vitamins out of all of the greens. Okay, so get you some kale. You can also get you some spinach. Yes, alkaline water. And you can also alkaline your own water. Like I just learned one live stream to add some cucumber to it. Add a cucumber to it. Yeah, you're not gonna taste it. Just drop it in the water, shake it up.
I tried a cucumber green tea Arizona came out with. It was the worst thing I ever tasted in my life. The worst thing I ever tasted in my life.
But then also you can do the splash of lemon, which alkalines your water, or lime, and then or you can spend your money, but you have to be careful with those. You got to really get those strips and stuff to test the pH balance of the water to see if they lying to you, because a lot of people be lying. A lot of these companies be lying. But black oil seed is good. Olive oil extract is good. There are what's Dr. Sabi's favorite? I can't think of that. I got some somewhere here, but Dr. Irish sea moss is good. It's good to get rid of mucus. Mucus is one of the problems that we have the most. Ginger water. There are a lot of natural remedies.
And I appreciate everybody who's coming in, telling you, giving me ideas and different things to try as well. So thank you guys, really a lot. I appreciate that.
Right. So it's there, and you can learn to make different things. Like I do wraps, and I try to add a lot of those things to my wrap. And I try to add a lot of those things to my salad. It's like I do lentils and peas.
Right. I had tasted a salad because I wasn't big on nuts and things like that in my salad, but I went to Zen Burger and I got this. They have it's a seasonal salad right now. It's called the pear chicken salad, and oh my God, guys, it had pears in it, carrots. It was something yellow. I don't know what vegetable that was, and I didn't even ask. Pumpkin seeds and with the grilled chicken. And they just had a light vinaigrette over it. When I say it was like the best salad I ever tasted, the carrots wasn't hard, so they had to like kind of grill them a little bit to make them a little soft. But that salad was so good. It was excellent. Like I love salad. But it has to be with something. I can't just eat the lettuce, tomatoes. That's not enough for me. I need something on top of that.
There's no reason to do lettuce at all because lettuce has no nutritional value. Do romaine lettuce and do kale or do spinach, because that other lettuce, that's just a waste. All right. And rice
spirulina. What is that? It's a great taste. Oh, is that? Wait a minute. Needs nutrients. What is spirulina? What is that, Rice Storm?
It's a herbal supplement. It comes from the sea, and what it does is, because I take it, I have the grounded spirulina, and what it does, it helps your bowel movements. It helps remove toxins. It helps remove metals and different things like that, because we don't know sea kelp. It's like it's one of the best things that was one of the best things that you can get.
Mhm.
spirulina. You can order it, and you it's a supplement. You can put it in. You can make smoothies. Put it in. That's another thing you can do. Make smoothies. You
Mhm.
can, add it to your water. Sometimes I just add it to my water. Um,
Okay.
add it to
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have a problem with drinking water. I actually prefer it. I don't drink juice. I don't drink
what
sodas.
I
If
do.
I do have a soda, no, matter of fact, if I drink a juice, it's truly a treat because I'm not into it. I love water with everything that I eat. It has to be water. And I do the limit in my water. But for the most part, every day, I'm drinking at least 3 to 4 bottles of water every day, like
Right.
if not
You
more.
have to,
So
because we are 80%, 90% water. So therefore we need water to live. We are water, especially females. We are water.
yes.
All right. Now we're gonna move on to the next topic. We're gonna
Mhm.
come back and we're gonna do a segment just on like a lot of tips, tricks, and herbal supplements and different things and what their uses are. But because that's very important. I try to be on a diet, and I'm always, a herbal diet and different things of the nature, and I'm always trying to learn as well. So we'll do that on another day. We'll have an entire 30-minute, 40
And
minute.
thank you guys again for all the tips. I'm really listening. I'm looking. I'm going to go back and I'm going to probably purchase something. I don't know about flax seeds. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not a fan of drinking things that I feel like I'm drinking dirt. So anything that's leaving a texture in my mouth, anything that's too green, I'm not a fan of it.
But let
I
me
can
tell you
eat
this.
vegetables, but I can't drink it.
Let me
But
tell
I'm
you this.
still going to look at a lot of things and really try some things, some new
All
things.
right. Well, let me tell you this. Now, it like I was like that at first too, but look, it's an acquired taste. Healthy living is an acquired taste, and if you keep it going, you get used to it, and then you stop wanting to do bad things. Like,
Who would have known that living healthy is so difficult? Could be difficult. Who
mm,
would have known?
yeah, it is, but it's an acquired taste, so it takes a minute to get used to a lot of stuff, but you can do it. Like some
Hmm.
stuff is gonna taste bad, but it's different ways. It's like flax seeds are actually seeds, so you can add those to the top of your salad. I used to add those to the top of my salad. I used to add like turmeric and different things. I'll add it to my food so that
Hmm.
I blend it in with different things so that I'm still getting that those vitamins and different things and the stuff that I need, yet like I'm burying some of the taste. So it's different
Yeah.
stuff to like doing a lot of that. But we're gonna move on to the next topic. The next topic is Jay-Z. Okay, now I know this is it's going to be centered around women empowerment. Is Jay-Z speaks on single parents in all the wrong ways. All right. Now I got this shout out to Tone Talks TV. That's Antonio Moore from Tone Talks TV, because I sort of got this from him. It was inspired through him. Okay, so Jay-Z has came out, and this is another example of what I've been talking about this whole entire time. Where we think just because these celebrities have a little money that they are we follow behind them, we listen to them like they know what they're talking about because they have a little money. But as I stated, and let me just go down this list because I'm jumping ahead of myself. Okay, now Jay-Z said that when you come from a single household, you show more adversity to the police. You think that's true?
No, I don't. I think that's a biased observation is what I think, because you can come from a two-parent home and still face those adversities. You can come from a two-parent home where you got your mother and your father fighting all day, every day. You can come from a two-parent home where you're being sheltered, or you could come from a two-parent home that reeks of religion, and their view is the only view, and that can lead you to the streets. There's so many ways you can get led to the street. It's not always because there's a single parent in the home.
Okay, good point. All right, then let me go ahead and go through it. All right, and we're gonna summarize it at the end. But Tone Talk states that the major problem is Jay-Z did not finish high school. He also says that, and I think that Jay-Z gets incentives to push false propaganda on us. Okay, and like a lot of these like T.I. right now, he's getting incentive. And notice he's all over the news and he's making all kinds of false statements, false propaganda. And he's trying to mislead us, trying to discourage us from asking for reparations. Okay. Now, so these, and just like we thought that, what's his name? Sean Puffy Combs, people on Ciroc. Come to find out, he getting incentives for being a black face. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of these celebrities, then they pick the ones who didn't go to school, who don't have any education, to sit up there and speak on things as though they know. Like I said before, it's better for them to say, I don't know, than to get up there and to act like you know, or to get up there and spread false propaganda.
Yes. I would have been okay with him saying, well, as this is my experience as growing up with a single parent home. But you cannot put that outlook on everybody, because that's definitely not true. You look at a lot of NFL players who were brought up in a single parent home, and look how they turned out. Like, it goes both ways. Just because you're a single parent don't mean you're going to fail.
All right. And Tone Talks also states that for us, Black folks, that we respect Black wealth instead of more educated or more knowledgeable, more Black leaders that are knowledgeable about our issues. Tone states that those like Jay-Z that lack education does not have the facts to build a moral compass of society that is racist. I agree with that. Like he uses an example, just like Jay-Z. With the NFL situation, buying an NFL team is a money grab, and more to help him than us. Now Jay-Z came out like, okay, well, he was solving a race problem, because this was all about Kaepernick. So he was coming out like he was solving a race problem by buying an NFL team. No, you're not solving a race problem, because you're buying one team in which you still don't control, because the NFL is an NFL commission, which means there are laws, there's a board, there are people that govern the NFL. So
and let's just face the fact that problem will never be solved, because there are too many Black people that play that need it financially. So that problem won't be solved that way ever, because no one is willing to give up their riches for the cause, for the better cause. No one is willing to do that.
Well, we can, like, if we were smart, we would be independent. We would go back to like what we were doing, segregation, when we caused the big when they were losing. We had our own Negro leagues, so we can start, instead of us trying to get jobs with them, we can start our own leagues and we can make the money, and that's our Black economics, that's our Black wealth. Okay, now that's a solution. But now if Jay-Z were to do that, that's a solution. But by the NFL team, the only person that's going to benefit is Jay-Z. Now let me go on. And I also say that Jay-Z is the symbolism of what other races think a Black clown looks like. Jay-Z is a whole Black clown out here. Okay. All right. And Tone Talks also said that Jay-Z had a big part in the gentrification of Brooklyn, which was formerly predominantly Black, as well his hometown, our home city. So right now, Brooklyn is no longer Brooklyn. We've always known Brooklyn to be predominantly Black. The movies, everything, Spike Lee, everything. Okay, so Jay-Z, like, he encouraged all of these people to sell at pennies on the dime, these Black landlords and different things like that, pennies on the dime, because they're looking at who he is and they think that, oh yeah, Jay-Z said do it, and they done sold Brooklyn, due to gentrification, which means that whereas Black families used to be able to find economical rent, now the rent has gone up to has gone up tremendously, and that's what we're doing, gentrification. And that's why I said be very careful if you own property. I own property, I own land. Like if you own, your parents' home, you inherit your parents' home, or you own property, don't be too quick to sell that, because that gains value, and that gains value, and you never know, like they might come in and and want to gentrify.
Yeah, because what they do is they come in, they take it, they buy it from us for dirt cheap, and then upsell 10 times back to us, if you notice.
And so ultimately what Jay-Z is trying to do is blame all the black issues, the racism and everything that we face here in the United States on the fact that people are not getting married. Now I want to pull out a few points right quick, and then we're gonna discuss this. We're gonna discuss this. I'm gonna let you have your say on it. It's like, first of all, it's just like this. There is no such thing as a single parent. There is no such thing as a single parent. We are all born with two parents. And just because one parent, whether it is the mother, one parent, whether it is the father, does not live or reside in the same household, does not mean that their parental responsibilities has ended.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
what Jay is saying,
absolutely, absolutely,
that the parental responsibility ends because they're not in the household. That's not true. And we have got to stop thinking that when they say there ain't no fathers in the household, that don't make no sense. That's still letting people off the hook.
Yeah,
because you're not in that household does not mean that you stop your parental responsibilities. That child is still yours to raise. Whether you live across, if you're in jail or prison, you can still have a relationship with your child, and you can still assist in raising your child. Even if it's on visitation day, even if it's through letters and correspondence, you should still have some type of relationship, some type of something going on with your child. So we have to stop allowing that propaganda to go out, because it does not make any sense. That everybody born in this day and time with two parents, therefore it's two parent responsibility, and there's no such thing as a single parent. Either way it goes. Okay, the next thing, there's no such thing. Everybody is a single mom. You know, that's another thing that they like to use. We all say, like, if you have a child, you're a single mom, because everybody's only born with one mother. One mother and one father. Now you're born with 4 grandmothers, 8 grandmothers, 16 great grandmothers, and 32 great grandmothers. You know what I'm saying? But you're only born with one mother. So everyone is a single mother. Okay? Boom.
Okay. I got that. I got that.
So like, we have to stop that. It sounds good, but it don't make no sense at the end of the day. Because just because the father is not in the home does not mean that father is not responsible for helping to raise that child. That father still have a hand in on their child.
Absolutely.
Okay? So
absolutely.
That argument, or that like, so, you know, and basically, like I said, Jay-Z is getting incentives to make us feel like it's our fault that all of these injustices are happening, you know, and that it's not racism, or it's not, you know, it's not disenfranchisement. You know, no, it's not our fault. It is what it is. And he keeps trying.
He's not in our, Jay-Z is not from our streets anymore. He been left our streets. He do not know. He cannot identify what's going on in our world anymore. He's somewhere else. So I would prefer he even stop. Like, stay in your lane, because you're not with us anymore. Right. And it's not a bad thing or a good thing. You're just not there. So you cannot comment on what's going on down here, because you're not here.
Yeah, like all of the celebrities, just because they have a little money. See, like, okay, the trick is you find about five people, and that's just to say that they're not being racist. That's to say that they're not being fair. That's just to say those are the spots or the tokens. Okay, you find people and you let them gain wealth. Okay, and that's just to say, okay, well, if they, and they can keep using, well, if they did it, you could do it. But no, they have, like, the system is not designed for everybody to do it unless they allow you to do it.
It's so much with that. With money comes a lot of problems. And trust and believe, you have to do things to keep that money. Trust, they are dangling things in your, it's not as easy as people think it is. You have to do things to acquire it, to keep that money, which is what Jay-Z and P. Diddy are doing. They want to keep that wealth. They want to keep what they have. So they're the gimmick right now.
Yeah, Kanye West, all of them. You know,
All of them. All of them.
Lil Wayne, all of them. You know, they don't, and a lot of them are not as rich as you think. Notice that all
Absolutely, Jacqueline. He is not a spokesperson for us. I agree 100%.
And another thing I want to point out is notice that all Black celebrities end up broke when they die.
And alone. And overdosed.
Okay, so we have got to stop thinking that because somebody has wealth, because somebody has clout, because somebody has fame, that they could be our spokesperson.
No, they hate their own life. That's why they take the pills, take the drugs to mask it, because they can't take it. We looking at their life from the outside thinking it's all glam, and they hate their life. They hate this newfound fame, but that's the price that you pay for it.
Yeah, we have got to stop thinking that they can speak on our behalf, because most of the ones that they choose are not ones who've gotten educated, like T.I. Like right now, he doing it big because his job is to derail and distract us from the fact that we're asking for reparations. Reparations. Like all we should be thinking about is reparations, because every other race or every other tribe besides us have gotten theirs. So, you know, like his job is to distract us from reparations, just like Jay-Z, you know, just like, we don't,
I mean, do you guys agree that we don't really even have a race? We're just Black. We're Black. They're labeling us as Black Americans, but that's not a race.
Well, we do have a race. We do have a race. First of all, like the whole world, let me explain real quick. We were born, everybody has a nationality. You were born with a nationality. Hold on.
So what do you think ours is? No, that's what I was about to say. What do you think? What is ours?
I'm about to break it down, honey.
Break it down, QI.
Like I said, now I've been saying this before, just like for me, I'm a Tata American Indian. But if anything else, if you were born in America, you are American. Now you have to trace your tribal tree, because all of us come from some type of tribe. Everybody on this planet comes from a tribe. Okay. So you trace back to your tribe. But for the meantime, you're American. When African American is not a nationality, but
no, it's not right.
Listen, but you got to listen, and they got to hear. Okay, African American is not a nationality. American is. Black is a class system that means property, slave of the United States. White is a class system that means, a superior. Okay. So those are just class systems, and it doesn't have anything to do with color. That's why when Black Africans come over here and they get gain naturalization, they're considered white. Okay. And when we go over to Africa, we're considered white. Okay, so it's not anything to do legally. They fool us, and they fool us. But Black and white is not a nationality, and it has nothing to do with your skin tone. It's a class system as well. The 2020 census is coming up. This is the most important census it is, because it actually defines American and what American means. It actually defines, and when you see Black and African Americans sitting there together, you ain't gonna see nothing next to it. So you would be a fool to claim that you're African or Black, African American or Black. And then
they ask those things.
Hold up 1 sec, I got you. But look, and then nobody comes over here from Europe and says they're European American. Nobody comes over here from China and says they're Chinese American. Nobody comes over here from from Israel and say they're Jewish America. So why are we the only ones classed out? Because it's a game. When you say you're African American, that's where you're considered a slave, or Black. That's where you're considered a slave, and you're not covered under your own constitution, which us Black Indians created in the first place. You're not covered under a lot of these laws that we originally created in the first place. And that's why they are able to do whatever they want to do to you under the classification of African American or Black, because that means property, and you can do whatever you want to your property. So nationality is American. So if nothing else, American, and it's going to be spelled out on the 2020 census. But go ahead.
Okay. No, I was, it was interesting because even where I work, we have this a part of the registration, you have to choose your ethnicity. I don't
Mhm.
know why I get my tongue might be too
It
fat. I
happened.
don't know. Anyway, so this Spanish lady came in and they don't have their group on there. They have Asian, European, black, African American, white, or other. So I noticed a lot of the Latinos and the Spanish people, they always put white. So I asked them, why do you label yourself white? I asked this one lady, and she flat out told me, because white is better.
Mm-hmm.
My mouth almost dropped to the floor, but
It's
she literally said that to me. And I'm like,
mhm.
wow.
Black that has nothing to do with skin tone. It's a class system that classifies you as property slave of the United States. That 3/4 of a human. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they trick us. We around here talking about black power and all of that. I still use the word like a group of my people from the somewhat the American Indian Aboriginal community. We don't like to use that term, but like when they
Mm-hmm.
come over here, I have to tell them I have to use that because this is what people are familiar with. But under no, we don't agree that term, because if you all you gotta do is get your Black Law Dictionary. You can even get the second edition, and it's in there. That's a legal term. Okay,
Mm.
that's a legal term, and that's how they get us because words matter. Words
Right.
matter. So that's why I've been breaking down the etymology dictionary, make Webster's dictionary. Get you a dictionary and break
Mm-hmm.
stuff down. Don't sign nothing without understanding what it's saying. Even if you got to sit there all day and break down all of them words, at least understand and comprehend what that is saying. And see, that's
Mm.
one of our problems too. We don't read, and we're not reading the right things, and we don't know
Right.
about American politics, American law, and the country in which we reside. You got
And
to
we're so programmed to think a certain way, it's hard to change. It shouldn't be, but it is. It's difficult for us to change pace,
shout,
basically.
shout out to Lady T in the building and
Hey,
panel member
what
DC.
up, Jay Dunn, DC Kool-Aid, Lady T?
Yeah, shout
One
out.
second, guys. One
Wait a
second.
minute. Okay. Shout out to Lady T in the building and DC Kool-Aid and Lisa, our L Word panel member in the building. Family, I'm gonna advertise Saturday. They're doing real talk, and there a few of us will be on the panel over there. So I'm gonna advertise it, so y'all come on over and support, and that's gonna be Saturday. I'm gonna let you know the date and time, or DC Kool-Aid. You can drop that in the chat and your channel, as well as J Don, the Real Queen. Y'all drop y'all channel links. All right, because I'm all about supporting and networking over here. We're a family, and it's enough out here for everyone. But back to the topic at hand. So we got to stop. The conclusion of everything is we have to stop thinking that just because these people are celebrities, just because they have a little money, that they're fit to lead us. And then we have to start vetting the people who are our politicians and who do lead us, because a lot of them are not even knowledgeable a lot about a lot of these things. So
Mm-hmm.
like we got to stop following, and we got to do more research and using our own critical thinking, critical listening, critical reading skills. All right,
Absolutely.
now the last topic at hand, and then I'm gonna open the phone lines for a little bit. Give me just a moment. The next topic at hand is we're gonna talk just a little bit about this most popular topic. What do y'all think about this H&M ad with the little black girl?
Well, I want to ask first because I did see the picture of the little girl, but what was people's complaints? That's what I missed.
Okay. Well, I want. Oh, that's what you meant. Now
Yeah,
you saw the picture, right?
I saw the picture.
I want to get your opinion of the picture first, because then.
Okay, so when I saw the picture, the first thing I saw was the little girl's hair. And the first thing that came to mind was, now her mama, no, they could have did something better with that girl hair. A little gel or anything would have helped.
Mm-hmm.
And why would the company allow her to go on to represent and be out? Her picture is displayed throughout the world. Why would the company let her? Uh oh.
I'm sorry, my fault. Let me mute real quick while I'm doing this. Go ahead and talk. I'm so
Why
sorry.
would the company not even intervene and give her the option, or her parents the option? Look, do you want to fix her hair up? I don't know whether they were scared because of the backlash that they got the last time they had, which was two different things. It wasn't even about the appearance the last time. It was about what he had on. It wasn't really about the way he looked. It was the shirt that he had on the last time they caught the backlash. But this one was like, why didn't anyone stop that from happening? Because we all know that we wouldn't dare let our kids take pictures nowhere with their hair looking like that.
Well, okay. Now this is one thing that I feel. Okay, uh now like wait. You see, look at you. Hold on,
No, I
hold on.
was reading somebody's chat. They said the company ain't responsible.
Like, let me know. Okay, hold on. Let me get my point out. Okay. All right, now. At first, like I looked at it and it's just like I'm natural. You know what I'm saying? And I might like right now we rock the nappy look. You know what I'm saying? And like as an artist, I looked at that totally different. Like the way her hair was, that's how we wore our hair doing the color purple. That's how we wore our hair. Like when I was a little girl, I can remember pictures of where I probably had my hair like that. That's us. And it's nothing wrong with that. And that's about loving us for who we are. Now, for people who look at it like, she needed to comb her hair or she needed to do this or that with her hair, like one thing that you're forgetting about is that's our natural self. So that's saying that I feel like, I feel that when if you criticize that little girl's head, if you criticize that little girl, then you're Europeanized.
I didn't know, but I didn't say to put.
Hold on, BB. I gotta make the point. Because if I don't, then it's gonna get lost. Okay, I'm sorry. It'll get lost if I don't make the point. All right, you're Europeanized because of the simple fact that, okay, for the simple fact that that's us in our natural form, and there's nothing wrong with it. Just like there was one time when they didn't even want us to wear locks. That they felt like locks and braids and afro and all of that, was not the standard. But that's our naturalness. And just like that little girl's hair, she might have liked it. That might be her style. That might be her swag. And it ain't nothing wrong if that's a style or a swag. To me, it wasn't bad. To me, it was like, okay, so that's how, that was the naturalness of that. And if we could get back to loving ourselves at our natural state, then we can love ourselves. Because if we start, because, hold on. Because, like now, okay, we're praising something that's causing us health issues. Like we feel like we got to always straighten our hair. If you don't like, because we learned that from them. That's programming. And that's brainwashing and that's self-hatred towards yourself. So that's how I look at it. That's that little girl's natural hair, and it's okay for her. Now we shouldn't have been criticizing, because they can like that. We should not be criticizing that little girl's hair, because in some tribes in Africa they still wear their hair like that. That is natural hair. So like that's like us saying that we do not like our natural hair. Our natural hair. So like it's nothing wrong with that. To me, in my opinion, I don't feel like it's anything wrong with that little girl and her hair. And then I even heard some people like, oh, it's her parents' fault. But you got to think, when they do things like, no, it's not when companies come out and they want to make do a message, that's, they already have agenda in place. So it's like, that was a part of that company's agenda. Okay, so now when that company, we look like fools, really. We look like self-hating fools, really, because that remind me of Color Purple. That remind me of when I was little, running around sometime.
No, QI. I don't know not one parent in here in this world. I'm going back to when my mother was little, her grandma was little, when it was time to go to church. When it was time to go out in public, period, you made sure you looked decent. Your mother put a comb and a brush to your hair. I never said she had to add. any chemicals or any extra hair layers to her hair. Never said that. But it looked like they never even combed her hair. It looked like they with
That's
their
how you
hands
start
put it
dread.
up in a ponytail and kept it moving.
But that's
And
how
you
you
know, and I know that our parents didn't play that crap no matter where we was going. It's just
because
like going outside with a scarf on your head.
they
Our
were
parents never
Europeanized.
played that mess.
They were Europeanized. But that's how you start dreadlocks. That's a part of a lot of people's culture. They made
Even
us
in Africa, they know how where you think,
no,
why you
no,
think there's
no.
so many African braiding shops? Because they braid hair. They have a style to do with their hair that
It's a
they
lot
do
of
in
people
their
still living in
country.
their tribal. It's just a lot of people still living in their tribal existence that still wear their hair in different, like in natural ways. There are people just like Jamaicans. That's how they dread their hair. You know what I'm saying? You could dread your hair like that. The little girl could have dreaded her hair like that. And the thing that
QI, I don't think you. Did you actually look at her hair? That was a
no,
fine line between trying to dread
how
it.
you wear their hair is not acceptable to them. So, like, this is what I'm trying to say. They have set, the reason you're saying that is because they set the standard of what's right and wrong based on them instead of
No,
us. No, listen. Instead of us setting the standard based on us and our naturalness, we have to learn how to love ourselves for who we naturally are and not keep trying to assimilate to other people's cultures. Because, like, just like they used to forbid you to go to work with dreads and braids. Now you see them wearing dreads and dreads and braids and making money off of it. It's appropriation. We start liking ourselves, and then they start selling our culture instead of us loving who we are down to the essence, down to our natural black selves. Okay, so that's what
I don't know if the issue, I'm looking at it different. I'm not looking at it as if she should have had longer hair or straighter hair or anything. What I see with that ponytail is it did not see the light of day to a comb or a brush.
We don't need
That's
a
the
comb. We
problem.
haven't always used the comb, and ain't nothing wrong with not using the comb. When you dread, when Jamaicans dread, they don't twist. They let their hair naturally form into dreads. They don't comb it. You know, and that's a part of culture. That's a part of some people's religions. Or their
So I would like to see other pictures of this young girl. Honestly, I want to see if her hair looked like that every day. Because then I'll be convinced maybe this was the way she intentionally
but
wanted
let me
to do
tell you how H&M played us. H&M put us in front of us, and then we criticized us. They played us like that. We
it. And I
criticized.
can see that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
We'll be the first one saying why we can't wear dreads and why we can't wear braids to work. Yeah, we criticized that little girl for her natural state of hair.
I don't know. I didn't see the criticism, but all I said, and my criticism wasn't the fact that it was natural. I love the fact that it was natural. I didn't like the fact that it was not combed up into a ponytail. It wasn't brushed up into a ponytail. It literally was just sitting on top of her head, and everything on the side of it, whatever it did, however she woke up, laid down, whatever, they chose to do it. It's like you and I, we got short haircuts. At some point, we're not going to just let our hair continue to grow and grow and grow and take its natural form, because this is not what we want to do. We're going to cut our hair.
What I do, that's what I want to do to my hair. I want to let it grow and grow and grow, and I want the nappy look. So, and that's out. And for all we know, what that little girl rocking right now gonna be popping next year. You know what I'm saying? That's how
I bet you she won't have that same ponytail. How much you want to bet? I bet you the rest of her pictures ain't gonna be like that.
But
so for me, it was set up that way.
Boss Lady Talk New Jersey in the building. Shout out, hello, y'all. Make sure y'all
hey, Boss Lady.
Subscribe to Boss Lady.
Diva, Lana Moore. I see you guys. Thanks for coming in.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Boss Lady. Come on, BB. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Boss Lady Talk New Jersey. She has great commentary. All right. Now, BB, we're going to take some calls right quick, okay? Now, 3911, what's on your mind? Hello. 3911.
Hello.
Yeah, you're on. What's on your mind? Okay, you're 4186, but go ahead, 4186.
Yes, okay, that's yeah. I see. I'm like, maybe not. How y'all doing? Listen here, Q. I love you.
Thank
but,
you.
No. First, let me say this: the ad campaign for H&M. The other children, white children in the campaign, their hair was messy too. The whole point of the campaign was for it to be a play on, I don't know if you all seen those social media pictures going around with the before and after, the kids coming home from school, they got sent off the first day of school all prim and proper, and they came back from school looking like, what happened?
Like I used to do.
But the clothes was still good.
That was the point of the campaign. So if you see,
okay, well then that makes sense.
Now you are talking to a natural sister. I don't have any relaxers or anything in my head, and for the majority of my life, I have not. All of these newfangled naturals who get to go into aisles and shop on and on for these different products to make their hair look like curls popping and everything. I didn't have that for the longest. I had beeswax and black gel for a very, very long time. Okay? There's no reason that child couldn't have had 2 braids in her hair, slicked down properly. That would have lasted her all day. There's no reason why if she had had an afro out, picked and padded and shining, not near one of us would be saying anything.
Right.
That hair was not kept well, period. Her edges are falling out, with all due respect.
Right.
You could tell she had braids or some kind of mess going on with her hair because her edges are breaking all off. And that's why I wasn't able to be pulled back properly.
Oh, I get you on that. I get you on that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No. I just felt as if she wasn't. We don't get a chance to be represented often. So when we are represented, we want to be represented in the best light.
That's right.
Florida Evans with her fro not tight.
Yeah, tight.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, tight. Look, I'm like I got you. Tight looks good. Okay, tight looks good. But
they shouldn't have. I'm seeing some of the chat. They shouldn't have had a ponytail in that child's hair at all. She should have had 2 braids like the rest of us had. 2 braids.
Right.
Not no struggle pigtail.
But see, the way I look at it is like also like this is how I look at it from an artist perspective. I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah, just like for instance, like back in the day, they used to keep afros to keep their afros straight. But then even now, like I like the nappy look. I like getting up. I like just the like looking like you got buckshots or whatever.
I honestly think if she had that hair out of a ponytail,
yeah,
it had just been picked and padded, nobody would be saying anything. It's the fact that it was just not. It did not look kept.
Right, but
even
see,
the kids,
it was
even the kids who you have to take a look at the rest of the ad so that you can see the little whites with their buns all disheveled.
Everybody, okay, so all of their hair was messed up, right?
Huh?
All of their hair was messed up. All of the children's hair.
Yeah, like they look like they said that they came in from school and they didn't touch them.
So it was an art school.
Girl, so I'm not.
So it was, yeah. So I got a better understanding, or like I said, I didn't really know the concept, but that was the first thing I looked at when I seen the picture, and I'm pretty sure I'm not any different than anybody else that actually just looked at the picture without knowing the concept. But I understand what you're saying, and if that was their angle, I mean, it's not my product, so I really don't. I can't agree or disagree. But my daughter wouldn't have took no pictures like that. I don't give a shit.
It all together, I'm not sure. I used to go out as a young child on auditions and things like that, straight from after school. You understand? My mom did not have me out there looking like that.
Like that? No. My mother would have had a fit if I came home with my hair looking like that.
Hold on, y'all.
And to be honest, you don't even need that to have your hair looking
Hold on, people.
You don't.
Hold on, family. Wait. First, let me do this, and then I'm. But shout out to Spook TV 7 in the building. Y'all subscribe to Spook TV. He has some great content, and there's a song that he got
Spook TV.
that's in my head. That song about words. But you know, I like you and Essie both, so you know, but I like the rhythm of that little song, though, Spook. But anyways, and he knows a lot about American Indian history as well. One day I'm trying to get him to come on the panel, and we're gonna break some stuff down as well. But like I was about to say, it was an artistic approach, and it wasn't the parents. People are trying to blame it on the parent as though the parent let her come out the house like that. No, what happened was she probably used to have braids. And you know, when we put these braids in these little girls' head and in these grown-ups' head, it does take away, it breaks the edges. And that we know. Okay. But however, like that was specifically for that ad. So that was the intention of the ad company. And being that all of them had messy hair, it wasn't a racist or a derogatory thing. It was just
that's the part that you know, I think people need to like just take a look at the rest of the ad, because that was it was like supposed, I guess, be campy.
Yeah, it was.
Before I go, because I want to get back in the chat and everything, give somebody else a chance to talk. So before I go, please, I asked a question earlier, and I just wanted to know. This is the ADT, by the way.
Okay.
And I wanted to know. Last night and tonight, I keep missing what you're saying in terms of the census and like what box to check. You said something about American. You said something about the Black, and I'm understanding that, but what would you suggest?
You don't have to. You don't. First of all, you don't even have to pick a box.
Yes, you do.
No, okay, you don't.
No, listen, no, baby, no. Hold up, let me handle this one. All right, now. Yes, you do. Now, like when we make sure you do the census, because for one thing, the census is how people 20, 30 years going to trace their family tree, and they're going to find out who their family is. That's how we trace our family tree. Like, so if people don't do the census, they erase. But then number two, census is also how money is allocated into different communities. So when
you're right, you was talking about census. I was talking about something else. My bad.
Oh, okay. When you don't vote,
I wasn't talking about census. I was talking about the registration. My bad.
Okay,
sorry about that.
When you don't do the census, you're really going against yourself, and you wonder why a lot of our cities and stuff are poor, and a lot of places are poor. That's because you're not doing the census, and then we're not doing the right thing for the census,
and we're not being counted.
Right. We are American. No other. Like I said, we're American. The box that you check is American. If you hadn't traced your family,
I just want to make sure that the box that was labeled American.
Because guess what? Them people. Guess what? Trump is not. Right. Guess what? Trump is on pick American. Guess what? Guess what those? Guess what that them Jewish people that have naturalization over here going to check American. So why aren't we checking? We got to check American as well. We are American. Like why does like I said, there's no such thing as a European American. There's no such thing as a Jewish American. There's no such thing as anything else. But like I said, it gets deeper. But that takes time. You have to trace your family tree, and see. I'm an indigenous American. Indigenous American. So I can specify down to the knot. But see, for the census, you're just checking. But you do need to trace your family tree down to the knot to know what tribe you came from.
It's that you are having this conversation because my neighbor across the way is heavy into tracing,
genealogy,
her family tree, and she came back with, that she was indigenous to this land as well, and she, it's really upsetting because she's like, basically that slavery shit is all bullshit.
It is. Like right after this,
it's so funny that it's correlating with what you're saying. Everybody's like on the same. We're all in tune in some kind of way. But, I thank you for allowing me to come in and chit chat, and y'all have a good night. Okay?
All right,
you too. All right. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you for calling.
I have a question about that census. So when the census, because I've never.
Hold your question. Hold your question 1 sec. I just want to make quick enough. Right after this, I'm doing a live stream. It's only gonna be like 9 little points, so it's not gonna be that long. But I'm doing a live stream to show the Black Slave Masters of America. You know, so like after this live stream, I had set it up and then I got mixed up. But after this, I'm gonna do a quick live stream on some information on Black Slave Masters of America. But go ahead, BB. I'm sorry.
So my question was with this census, because I've never even filled out one myself. So the options that they're going to give you, they're not going to break it down like they do. Like I said, for registration, they have Asian, Black, and then African American, and then white, and then Indian. And so are they going to break it down like that, or it's just going to be black and white, American,
I got
American?
See, I work off. I got about 4 computers, right? And then I got one specifically for research. But you can pull it up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do, because I do want to know the options.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. But you pull up 2020 census and you'll see it. But I got it on my other computer. But basically, it's like American. Okay. Then it's got African, and it defines it. Then it's got Black and African. This is the first year that they've ever defined the categories. And they've ever did the categories like this, because this is the year, because you notice we got a lot of deportation going on. You notice we're talking about reparations. You notice we're talking about, you know, like reparations is on the table. American descendants of slavery. And then, you know, and then like July 2017, the indigenous people, in which I'm going to present that too. I'm going to go over the ADRIP, American Declaration for the Rights of Indigenous People, because the Pope and the United Nations have given us back our rights along with America. That means that you get special rights as an indigenous American.
Look, I'm sorry, I just pulled it up.
I got you. Hold up one second. But you have a right to also self-identify, which means that, like Jesse Jackson tricked us into saying that we were African American. That term was coined in 1998, and it was for the point of making us slaves or property. But you know, because before then we changed 10 different times. Okay, first we were American Indian. You were your tribe, American Indian. Then they switched us from that to Negro. Then they switched us from Negro to colored. Then they switched us from colored to Afro American. Then they switched us from Afro American to Black. Then they switched us from Black to African American. There's a reason for that, people. They keep switching us almost every 10 years, but because they're trying to get you further and further away from your true indigenous history. But go ahead, BB.
So QI, I just pulled up the 2020 census, and these are your options. It says white, print example, German, Irish, English, Italian, Lebanese, or Egyptian. Then it says Black or African American. For example, African American, Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian, Ethiopian, Somali. Then it says American Indian or Alaska Native. For example, Navajo Nation, Blackfeet Tribe, Mayan, Azak, Native Village of Barrow, some Eskimo community. So what I mean, and then it has Chinese,
America,
Filipino.
America.
Yeah, you know, but those are the options. So as a Black person, what box are we supposed to
American.
do? They want us to
okay, American, because read what's next to Black and African American.
What you mean? It says African American, comma, Jamaican, comma, Haitian, comma, Nigerian, and Ethiopian, Somali. That's who they're lumping as Black or African American.
That's crazy.
That's your options.
That's crazy, but no, and it's not. You know, like all the other ones are pointed to a land. These are not pointed to that. Like those are not those are pointed to people and not a land. You get that? The rest of them are pointed to a land. It's like Alaska. That's a land. But Haitian is a people. You see that? So they're pulling you away from belonging to a land, and which is going to give you a nationality. It's a trick.
So let me ask you this one more thing,
and then you can ask me.
Okay.
So you have to put yourself with a land to be protected, and the 2020 census goes into the statistics of data. the same way your birth certificate and all of that. So then you classified, you want to be classified as American so that you will fit under the law and the politic of the Constitution. Okay, go ahead, answer the question.
So with this census, they actually are breaking it down. So let me ask you what you think they're going to get out of, because they want to know each person in your household. So let's just say you have a person that's white, that labels themselves as white, and you have a person that's black. So what do you think they're, how are they going to look at that census? How are they going to base that census?
Well, look, while you listening, pull up, I don't know if it'll come up, but pull up right to self-identify. Okay, now
you have rights. You don't have to put that. You don't have to mark anything.
No, you got to mark something. You know what I'm saying? It's better to mark something, but like don't mark if you're gonna mark yourself to a land, okay? If you don't want to get deported, if you don't want to get deported, if you don't want to be considered as a slave or property of the United States, you need to tie yourself to a land so you fall under the American laws, the Constitution, and the politics of America. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, then, but you said you're right. And that's why people have a right to self-identify, because some of us are mixed. Some people are European. Like, ain't no such thing. That's why they broke down what now, like the other terminology of white, not the legal definition of white, but what the other terminology of white would be considered. Because it's like, because white is many people. Like I said, everybody falls under a tribe. So it's really no such thing as, like when you're saying racist or white, what tribe are you talking about? Because there's many tribes out here and they all work together. The Jewish work together, the Italians work together, the Sicilians work together, everybody works together. So, like, that's what I'm saying. When we got things so broad, and that's why we're not understanding it. It's a lot more complex than what we look at. But you have a right to identify as who you are. Just like I saw earlier where Jadon was saying, well, she would be classified as an Irish American. I have some Irish in my family too, but I don't want to be classified as an Irish American.
But you don't even have that option to put on the census unless you want to actually write it in.
Right. Yes, you do have. They can never take away your option of self-identifying, and I'm gonna prove it.
No, I'm just talking about on this census.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a trick. That's what I mean. It's a trick. Because I'm like, when I do the American Declaration for the Rights of Indigenous People, y'all pull it up. It's called ADRIP, American Declaration for the Rights of Indigenous People. We have the right to self-identify. They found out, like, for instance, it's not right to, people fall under different classifications when it comes down to race. Some people have 3 or 4 races, and it's not fair to make somebody pick one over the other. So you have a right to identify as who you feel that you are.
Do you think that this census is actually to, separate the Hispanics from everyone else, because they have their own, like their question number 6, is this person Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin? That has nothing to do with the other question of what is a person's race. They have a whole different column,
It's like that Latino question right there is the same thing as African American and Black, because technically what the Latinos are doing is they're telling their people to classify as American, because what is Mexico? Mexico is American. Mexico is American. Alaska, then don't they have, read the categories for American again?
American is German, Irish, English, Italian, Lebanese, and Egyptian.
That's American.
It's not American. This is what I'm trying to tell you. They don't say American. They specify it by the race.
I'm gonna bring the right census up. That's got to be the wrong. That's the wrong census.
This is the 2020 census from the government.
But that's not the same breakdown, because so you
gotta let us know what census we should be signing, because if that's the case, we might be getting different census, and it's for a reason, obviously.
Okay,
But you already know that these Latino and Hispanics is not going to put that down. They're going to identify themselves as white.
No, they're not. The majority of them going to identify themselves as American.
It's
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Give me a minute now.
okay.
I'm trying to slow you down because you're gonna confuse our people. Like, let me slow
I'm
you
not
down.
confused. They can look it up themselves.
No,
It's called the 2020 census. That's what it said.
BB, yeah. That's not the right census. That's not the right census. That's not the right one. That's not the one that I have, the technical one. I don't know, that might somebody type that up or whatever, but that's not the census that I have. Because it's got Alaska, it's got American countries on there. American countries on their American landmass, and we know darn well it's not supposed to have no Europe and all that kind of stuff on there. That's wrong.
Okay,
that might be
so you're gonna have to show me what census you're looking at.
But then this is what I wanted to say. I forgot what I was about to say. Indigenous. Oh, the Hispanics. Okay, Mexico is American. They're indigenous. Like a lot of them, not all of them are indigenous, but the ones the original Mexicans are black, and they know it. Like they got them fool calling themselves Afro Mexicans, or what is it? What's the name? Negra, like whatever. They got them calling them Afro Mexicans or something like that. But the original Mexicans are black. I'm original Mexican. I derived from original Mexican. They look just like me, same facial features. That's why some of the Mexicans, if I was lighter, I would probably look like a Mexican. All right, now. And
now
some of them,
just said that.
Hold on, I gotta finish though, BB. Slow your roll. All right.
I was saying, now that you said that, you do kind of look like one.
I got you. Let me finish now. Now, some of the Mexicans, they will tell you that their ancestors, they know they got black ancestors or they got dark ancestors. You know what I'm saying? They know that they have dark ancestors. Okay. And so some of them are indigenous. Some of them are indigenous to America, which means they belong to a tribe in Mexico. Okay. Which are Mayans, Aztecs, and Incas. Okay. And so they're going to pick, a lot of them are teaching their people to pick, a lot of them go on the Taino, a lot of them Taino Indians, Arawak Indians, and so on. So they're basically picking they're going to go on the indigenous Americans so that they can fall back under the ADRIP and to get their indigenous rights. And they're teaching their people that. You can look at videos and stuff on YouTube. They're teaching their people, just like we're trying to teach our people that too. That you're not African, you're American. You need to trace your family tree and find your tribe. But out of all means, for the census, which is the most important one, you definitely need to put yourself under a landmass, which is America, because they have all kinds of tricks and gimmicks coming up. Like we see ICE and deportation. We see all these things. But if you're classified as American, they can't do all of this. You know what I'm saying? Because America is America. America is a continent. We're in North America, which the government of North America, the corporation of North America, is the United States. But the United States is not a land. America is the land. So we come from the land. You have to put yourself on a land. And they're trying to see, this is how they get hierarchy over us in our own land. Just like Martin Luther King said, Negroes held captive in their own land because they tricked us, and they're still tricking us. Just like Malcolm X said, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. They're tricking us. So you have to self-identify so you fall under these rights, under these laws, and under this protection, and you can get what you deserve. Because if you want to continue to be classified as a slave or property of the United States, that's your choice, but not me and not my family. But you have a right to identify as whatever, because some people are American, that some people are really like African American. But white people, Europeans, are more African American than we are, than most of us. They're African American. Do you not know that Africa is a continent? It's a landmass. It ain't but two continents. And what continents are, look at the definition, it's continuous landmass, which means that it's all connected together. Like America goes from Arctic all the way down to South America. That's a
Can
land.
we be deported?
If you sit there and don't identify yourself to a land,
no, can we Americans be?
No, I'm answering your question. I said if you do not identify yourself as an American, as the right thing, you can be deported. There have already been people that have been deported that was born here, and their parents were born here. They were deported. They were deported. So
because they had no identification.
Well, no, they had identification, but but their identification didn't say American.
That's what I mean. Right. Like, because they refused to identify themselves, which led them to believe people, the people doing the census, that we're immigrants, and so they ship us off.
Well, if
they wanted to.
If your property, just like a man can shoot his horse, if a person can shoot their horse, that a horse is a person's property, right? If you own that horse, that's your property. If you own that house, that's your property. So that means if that's your property, you can shoot it, you can burn it down, you can do whatever you want to do because that's your property. You get me?
I get you.
I don't know if I'm trying to spell indigenous right, but I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna break that down. The Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, called the ADRIP, ADR. You can pull it up.
There you go, right? Oh, okay. You just put it in here.
Yeah, you got to put the periods in there, but the ADRIP, American Declaration for the Rights of Indigenous People. I'm gonna come on and break it down. I broke it down to some other people before, but also what you want to do is you want to actually trace your tribe, because your tribe is your government, just like your tribe is your government. Just like, for instance, me. I have not officially I'm gonna bring my chief on here one day, but once I'm officially a member, then I will have dual citizenship, which means that I will be under the government of Choctaw American Indian, as well as I will be under the United States. And I have to sort of, have dual citizenship because I have a social security number, I have an American name and all of that. So my tribe is the preceding and overriding government. Just like, for instance, when people go to different countries and they get in trouble or something like that, and they let me call the embassy or the ambassadors, and the other country protects them. Well, that's what your tribe does. Like the United States won't be able to do anything to you without contacting your tribe. Your tribe is your government, is its own government. So you have your own protecting government when you trace down and you realign yourself with your tribe. Now, it's also other things. So I'm gonna bring a guy on here by the name of Raymond from Brown University, and he can break it all down to you. It's also other ways to classify. It's like 5 categories of an Indian. 5 categories of an Indian. It's an urban Indian, and it's an Indian not taxed. Like, once you belong to a tribe, you're Indian not taxed. If you don't belong to the tribe and you're classified as an Indian and you have all your proof of an Indian, then you're American Indian. So there's like 5 classifications of an Indian. And so but the secret or the best thing right now to do, people, is to start tracing your tree and trace down to your tribe. And I'm going to help everybody with that. I'm Creek Nation. Well, the Choctaws are Creek Nation. See, Creek is the nation. Right, that's Georgia. Creek is the nation. Georgia, Florida, all of that. But Creek is the nation. Okay, so all of the tribes from Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi, and parts of Tennessee. The parts of Tennessee are all Creek Nation. And when we branch out, we become tribes, bands, and clans. So we at the end of the day, we all Mayans and we all one family. That's just how we do. Just like that's why we call ourselves Creek Nation and not Mayan, because when we move, we always classify ourselves as something, you know, as something a different. We give ourselves a different name. But yeah, Chata and Chickasaw, and Chata is Chata and it's Chickasaw. They were two brothers. Look, you can pull that up, PDF. Chata and Chickasaw, two brothers. They were two brothers. I'm gonna put the spelling in here too. Chickasaw. It was Chickasaw. Chickasaw. I think it's Chickasaw. I think that's the right. I know Chata spelled right. I think that's Chickasaw. It was Chickasaw. It's Chickasaw. It's not the W's. That wasn't a part of our indigenous language. They couldn't pronounce it, so they like changed the spelling or whatever. But we had our own language, our own writing. We had our own everything. Our own everything. And I'm trying to bring some people on. It's like I have so much stuff that I need to bring forward, and it's hard because then I'm trying to like figure out like where to start, because I have to start on introduction.
One thing at a time, QI. Like we all want to hear it. I'm being very informed right now, and I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm saying like within myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know. But anyways, like I'm gonna get to it, y'all. I'm gonna get to it, and I'm trying to bring some other people along, you know, like to also, you know, present some information. Y'all just bear with me for a moment, because especially when it comes down to breaking that stuff down, it's very intensive. You know, it's very extensive.
Right.
Y'all got to come with y'all paper and y'all pen and write notes and stuff like that. And then, you know, I got to find a way to keep the audience, you know, this audience. Now, like that audience that I came from, it was different because they were into it. But see, this audience right here, it's like it's a different type of audience. So, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to go about presenting it to this audience. Get them bullet points and get the right stuff out of this audience. But shout out to Florida, Pollard in the building.
Pollard, hi.
Your name. All right. Well, people, it has been good. And I'm going to come right back on. Yes, Indians did own slaves. Like, okay, when they say Indian slave masters, they're talking about black slave masters, in which, let me tell you this. We are the Indian slave masters. And let me tell you, the difference is the type of slavery. It's indentured servitude. And what indentured servitude is, it wasn't like the chattel slavery. Chattel slavery is what they taught us. That's where, you know, like you held hostage and all this kind of stuff. No, slavery was not like that. It was so, and then there was many different people. Like, okay, you had, like when they say who was the Cherokees on slaves? Yeah, they did, but they were black Cherokees. They were black Cherokees. You know, when they say the first Africans that came over here on the transatlantic slave trade was Europeans. That's why they've already gotten their reparations. The Irish came over here as slaves. You know, they've already gotten their reparation. So, you know, it's like a lot deeper than what, you know, we know. And so I'm trying to break that down little by little. It's like it's complex, and I'm building here. I'm painting pictures because I'm trying to open up the minds and, you know, like actually teach us what's going on. But it's like, y'all have to bear me because it's complex, because I'm dealing with a whole different, you know, type of audience and stuff like this. And it's like, I want to make sure that I'm delivering it where everybody can get it. But, you know, like until next time, yeah, I'm coming right back on. Y'all give me about 10 minutes or so, because I got the live already set up and I went over my time up here. Thank you, BB. It was a good show. Even though,
like, I agree. It's always a good show.
BB more ADHD than me, you know.
And I'm gonna tell you how my brain works. You gotta break things down to me like I'm two, because it can't take all your knowledge. Your knowledge, it'd be like, oh my God, it's too much. I only heard one part. I missed everything else, but it was interesting.
I love my sister. She kept me on my toes, and y'all, she's spoiled, y'all. She's spoiled. But anyway, she had like a baby. I'm like big brother or something. She like act like a baby. God. But anyway, y'all, it's been a great. I mean, you know, thank everybody for coming out and supporting. Y'all make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Y'all give me about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna come right back, and I'm gonna do a real quick presentation on Black slave masters. I'm gonna give y'all some references, some books and stuff like that to get y'all started on some research. You know, if you want to get into, you know, the researching as well. go ahead and do your final words, BB.
Just thank you guys, all of you guys that came out and watched us, and I hope y'all learned something as I did. And till next time, peace out.
And whoever the caller was that just dropped, I'm sorry, I didn't know you was on the line. If you want to, just go ahead and call back. I'm gonna make my closing statement because everybody's important. So, and I don't want you to feel like I want to know what you want to say. I just didn't know you were on the line. So if you want to, go ahead and call back, and and then you'll be the last call. And then I'll shut down the phone lines. But I want, like I said, thank everybody for all the love and support. It really means a lot because I know my information, my topics, and things like that are different. That's because I care, and I really want, I'm here for people to learn. I'm not here for the clicks and views and all that kind of stuff. I really want to uplift and advance our people, and I welcome anybody out there who has some stuff to share that's gonna help us as people. Because like I ain't gonna say I know everything. As it's some people out there that's got some deep knowledge, and if you want to come on, you want an audience, I would give you a platform to to do so. So make sure you hit me up in that email. You hit me up in the email if you got something you want to bring forth that's going to help us as people. I'm gonna try to work on doing that show, as well as I'm still trying to figure out a way to incorporate some of the amendments and different things like that relates to today into the live streams as well. I'm gonna figure it out. Y'all just give me a minute because it's like so much. But I love all of y'all. I'm trying to wait around real quick, see if that caller gonna call back in. And until next time, I'm gonna give y'all a little music. I'm gonna leave it on. If the caller comes back on, I'll stop the music. But I'm gonna go ahead and play our outro music, okay? All right, love y'all.
Peace out. Look, I'll be jammed before it even come on.
There we go.